Imagine seeing an airplane so futuristic, so unbelievably advanced, that you'd assume it came straight out of a science fiction movie. A machine so sleek, so massive, and so alien-looking that even today, more than half a century later, it still looks like something designed for the future. But this wasn't fiction. It was real, and it flew. This was the XB-70 Valkyrie, America's most ambitious bomber project, and perhaps the most extraordinary aircraft ever built. In the 1950s, at the height of the Cold War, the United States wanted a bomber unlike anything the world had ever seen. The mission was simple: create an aircraft that could fly faster and higher than any enemy could intercept. A bomber so powerful, it could deliver nuclear payloads deep into enemy territory and escape before anyone could stop it. What engineers came up with was almost unbelievable. The XB-70 Valkyrie was enormous, nearly 200 feet long, with a wingspan wider than many commercial airliners. But size wasn't what made it legendary. It was speed. This giant bomber could fly at Mach 3, that's over 2,000 miles per hour, 3 times the speed of sound. At that velocity, the skin of the aircraft would heat up so intensely that traditional aluminum would literally fail. Engineers had to build much of the Valkyrie using stainless steel and titanium, materials rarely used in aircraft construction at the time. But that was only the beginning. Its design looked impossible. Its long, needle-like nose and sharply angled wings made it look more like a spacecraft than an airplane. Yet those wings had a secret purpose. During high-speed flight, the outer wingtips would actually fold downward, creating extra lift through a phenomenon called compression lift. The aircraft was literally riding on its own shockwaves. Think about that. The Valkyrie wasn't just cutting through the air. It was using the violent physics of supersonic flight to stay airborne more efficiently. That's engineering on another level. Powering this monster were 6 massive jet engines, each producing tremendous thrust. Together, they allowed the aircraft to cruise at altitudes above 70,000 feet, far higher than most military aircraft could reach. At that altitude and speed, interception seemed nearly impossible. It was a symbol of American technological dominance. Machine designed not just to win wars, but to intimidate entire nations. Yet despite all its brilliance, the XB-70's greatest enemy wasn't mechanical failure. It was time. As the Valkyrie was being developed, military strategy was changing. Surface-to-air missile technology was rapidly improving, making even high-flying bombers vulnerable. At the same time, intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, were becoming the new face of nuclear deterrence. Suddenly, this revolutionary bomber was becoming obsolete before it was even operational. Only 2 XB-70 prototypes were ever built, and then tragedy struck. In 1966, during a publicity photo shoot, one of the Valkyries collided mid-air with another aircraft. The crash was catastrophic. The XB-70 was destroyed and test pilot Carl Cross lost his life. The accident shocked the aviation world. The dream of the Valkyrie was fading. Soon after, the program was canceled. A project that had consumed billions of dollars and represented some of the most advanced aerospace engineering in history ended without ever entering active military service. But the Valkyrie story didn't end there. Its technology influenced future generations of aircraft. Lessons learned from its materials, aerodynamics, and high-speed flight research helped shape the development of later supersonic and experimental aircraft. Today, the only surviving XB-70 rests quietly in a museum, a silent giant, a relic from a time when engineers dared to imagine the impossible and actually built it. Even now, when you look at it, it doesn't seem real. It looks fake, like something humanity shouldn't have been capable of designing in the 1960s. And yet it was real. It flew. And for a brief moment in history, the future had already arrived. The XB-70 Valkyrie, the airplane that looked impossible, but proved the impossible could fly.